О, так, что у нас там? Я купил кассетный магнитофон, да? Я не помню, там где-то грустная пленка есть. Уже не помню, где она. Так, очки, козырек. Пацан в коробке. Вот. И тут какая-то одежда. Самообладание. Окей. Ну, что сломалось? Риторика. 28%. Маловато.
Привет.
О, привет, привет. Блин, а что у меня происходит-то? Что за обновление приходит? Понятно, странные звуки. Играю в диск Elysium. Это практически как чтение книги. Так, мне нужно прослушать на проигрывателе пленку с указаниями, да? Прям лучшие хиты, а ее стрелка. О, нифига себе.
The reels attach to the apparatus. You push, command set, and the tape.
Совсем не гонки, так что может и не понравится. Да, уже не без русской озвучки.
Когда Форза?
Форза? Ну, выходные, я думаю. Но не могу сказать, когда. Давай на завтра запланируем. Где-нибудь во время обеда. Окей.
When this shit is done, I'm gonna tear that place up. Soldier of the apocalypse style. Gonna run a room, Cordy. A real nice room. I'll fucking do them all in. Rape that disco cunt on the counter. You know, the dance a whore up. Never did get that taste out of my mouth.
The lieutenant presses the button marked Arrête on your...
End of recording.
Может, его отравили, этого мужика?
It seemed authentic enough. Probably recorded off the shortwave, then edited to seem more incriminating. He sounded like he was on patrol around the harbor walls. Still.
There's more going on here than we know.
Corty could be short for Cortenard, one of the other mercenaries, the one he was talking to. Probably the mountain at the harbor gates. Mr. Right to Work, a village on the Samaran Isola in South Safre. Grad committed war crimes there, the kind of thing he talks. Who knows? Maybe the tattoos would have an answer. We would need to know the story. I think we've got a few more questions for class here, don't you? This seems to contradict her testimony.
Так, значит, пленка противоречит. Допустим. Пленка, крошка, церковь, Сенсанс. А просто музыки меня нету. Пустая катушка. Продать можно. Да, допустим.
The porter reel is just what you needed. The reels attached to the apparatus. You press the large button marked Commencer, and the tape starts spinning. There's a small delay before the song starts playing. It sounds like someone's moving in the room, getting comfortable. Then the organ starts playing, a simple telling you about the tiniest church in Cessons, surrounded by even tinier yard. Within seconds you know, this is the one, the real shit you've been looking for. The one you trust a click, then silence for a bit. Then the tape stops spinning. Of course you could sing this. You could take sad to a whole new level with this. And the B-side of the tape contains the instrumental version. It's like the world itself is telling you to do it. Gart, you have to convince Gart to let you sing karaoke in the whirling. After you've won him over, the lieutenant watches you pack up the boom.
Ну, да, отлично. Так, спойте под караоке. Хорошо. Лучшие хиты стрелка. Поговорите с классия пленки лучшие хиты стрелка. Все ближе к завершению расследования. Сейчас поговорим с наемником. Может, что-то скажет, и пойдем с женщиной переговорим. Нет, его пока ничего нельзя добиться. Так, нашел я бутылки. Может быть, можно снова сдать.
The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign.
No. You need tear to use the tear machine.
Понятно. Все бутылки сданы. Пробуем с Гарпом поговорить. Ну, по-моему, время еще не для диска.
No, you don't. It's not happening.
Так,
By causing more trouble, I think we're good. The whirling doesn't need more sad style. That's one of the styles it can do without. Right. The whirling's not a charity or a musical therapy. It's for no one. It's a prop. I'm not letting anyone use it after the great karaoke catastrophe of '44. A lot of people got killed because some arsehole wanted to sing karaoke. Okay, yes, it's for some clients. Ha! Well, we don't have any tapes. They all got stolen.
The man in the vest and the violet shirt stares at the tape you've just... This is the look of a man who's defeated.
Fine, fine. Climb on that stage and do your thing. Just get out of my hair.
I'm having it uninstalled, he mumbles to himself. Oh yeah, time to do the damage.
А, вот караоке, да? Выйти вечером на сцену. Ну, время пока не вечер. Сходимся.
The stage is all set up for your performance. You feel a little dizzy.
So, are you ready for your thing now? Let me know when I should turn on the karaoke carousel.
Драма окна.
There are some people out there, but mostly a post-meridian slumber. Yes, you could always do it in the evening. It will be less scary with a lot.
Вечером, давайте вечером спою. Сейчас не стоит петь. Так, женщина. Нужна женщина.
Officer,
Что брать?
what brings you up here in the rain?
She puts her coffee with a soft ring. This does not surprise her.
Did he? I never said he was a good man, or that he had good intentions. Only that he was never... where did they get this
It's intercepted radio chatter of the deceased, recorded via...
Does he say he's gonna do it Soldier of the Apocalypse style? Yeah. That was practically his pickup line.
A memory surfaces in her tired neocortex.
Did he say whores a lot? Was he pretty much on the verge of doing it Kohoi style? He wasn't actually there. He didn't do a tour, or at least didn't tell me he did. Would have been overkill anyway. He lived his own little Kohoi. It wasn't his everything.
Yes, was he
Oh no, I'm pretty sure he did all those things. Then integrated them into his idea of normalcy. To keep on living. Until they just... Running joke. I was gonna say running joke. And it sounds like you didn't even get the good bits. He was like the Seminese conflict, the Khohoi massacre, and the 36 famine in Yezud all rolled into one person, then cast in Orani ceramic.
When he said he was done, and done mentally, it didn't sound like a joke. It sounded like a deeply troubled man.
Well, maybe I pieced him back together with my magical personality. Afraid of what? That tape the Hardy Boys recorded? Your mother had I the physical robustness and social support, I'd be it.
She wouldn't. She doesn't have the full Hoi in her.
Did he tell you he had actually done any of those things?
No. We were too busy laying waste to our own nervous systems to direct any of the fury outward.
There is a small measure of pride in her that she could quell the... What kind of man was he? Before you go, ask for details. She seems okay to talk about it.
Thank you for clearing that up, miss. Whenever you're ready.
She takes a very small sip of her coffee and smiles.
Like, for example, his name?
Actually, officer, I didn't know his name.
A nickname?
I guess. He came from Lelystad. It's short for that. And it was his army name, apparently.
Lelystad. That's a good start. We have a few questions you can help us with. A few things feel...
The young woman cranes her neck, trying to catch a glimpse of the last missing pieces of a puzzle of flesh.
In Oranje, officer. It's...
You were almost right, officer. That means his race was occidental, not mondial. I'll update the form.
Yes.
Did that bring you to...
No. He was too old for that. And from another part of Oranjen Rek.
Sex, alcohol, speed, probably also, and violence. No love for Muta Aranje? Wasn't he a soldier?
No. He left the National Service after they taught him to do what he did on Seminine. He was by no means a stupid man.
A flash of rage comes over you. The words have already left your mouth.
Had he passed that test, we wouldn't have gotten along. I love Revachol, though. He was 42.
42? Are you sure? I would have...
He had many scars that made him appear older. But we even celebrated his birthday, like, some weeks ago.
We were slightly off then. Thank you for clearing it up.
The adversary one.
Blue. Light blue. They were like... Pardon the swearing. I do him an injustice. He wasn't ugly. And he had a beautiful...
He had a combat wound on his chin and...
Yes. Severe. It made him look like half his face was cracking.
Ah, yes. His hair, if you can...
It was light brown, almost blonde. He darkened it with brilliantine, made oily. Not nice to stroke. Oily, isn't it? We have that in common now. Oh.
It's clear she liked it.
Quite a lot, yes. Sure, service history. It was mostly for showing off to chicks, though. How? Imagine him lying in bed. He's smoking and drinking, of course. And his chest and shoulders. And the woman goes like, "What was this?" And he says, "That was too hardcore. Don't ask me about that." So she goes, "Okay." And so it goes. Star after star. Port after port. Third world. Oh, yeah. No, thank you. I've seen enough of him dead. I can tell you what the...
Go on.
He was a blue-eyed boy with thick arms, from a small town. He was also poor, and the government of Iran. He went to Killer Academy in Vredefort. Then he killed some people on the Semenine Islands. And on other islands, too. All of the islands. After this, he came to Revachol and got killed himself. It is when you're high. It can be very exciting then. You have the tools to deal with it. Why do you ask? Well, it's wrong. He had too many drinks to down and too many bad things to do.
Everything checks out here. It's all A-OK. Good answer.
It very well could be, yes. What do I mean? I have no idea. I don't even know what you mean. That's not funny, officer. Good for you.
What do you think it will tell us?
I don't know how a semen sample works, officers. How many days after intercourse does it have to be?
Is she avoiding anything? See? There's something off here. This one must know she's deploying flares and countermeasures.
All right.
Coolly, gracefully, she pours herself more coffee. Wait, stop. That man, bloated beyond all recognition, below the damage, the weeks of decomposition, all the swollen indignity. How old are you? That's where this is going. 45,000. You could ask either one of them.
Huh. How?
She's buying time to...
I don't know. 1, 2. I don't know what I'm supposed to say. How old is a newborn cop who doesn't remember he's a cop?
You're not.
Sure he is. You know.
Yes, but for him that number is...
Wait. This requires scientific measurements. To the laboratorium.
Мы его активируем с помощью команды.
I was just thinking.
You clearly see foot...
Jackpot. These, unlike everything else here, are new.
Large print. One person has been here. Everything around. Master Investigator, you just can't keep yourself away from locked and hidden places, can you? Attaboy, the world's secrets were made for you. They wait patiently for you.
It's you again. What is it? Anne. That fucking fucker. You're the worst cops in Revachol. I gave you gold on that tape. Locker room talk. What are you fucking... What did she have to say then? Fine by her? This is what people are supposed to be like? Fucking whoop-de-doo.
Yes. In fact, I think she thought...
Funny. No good.
Seems like they wanted to give Klausea a second chance.
All right. All fucking righty then. I guess it's good then.
Please try to control yourself in the presence of...
This is just perfect. Just fucking perfect. Any thoughts on this?
Women are crazy. Irrational. That's what you're thinking, right? Also, your fists are itching for a bump.
I ask for your opinion, not a bedtime story. Tell it to your grand.
But she didn't. She knows she can't lie to us, unlike you.
Fantastic. So now you remember how to do your job. I'm so sick of...
Yeah, guys.
Why? Success. They admitted to unlawful collaboration to derail the investigation.
Nah, I know her. She's just a girl. In over her head. Yeah, you're right about that.
Well, it's as they say. You can't do anything with an underdose.
With an overdose, you can at least try to come off it. Take a bath, do breathing exercises, get medical attention as necessary.
Yeah, but I mean, she has an actual drug problem. Not like you. Not like us. I don't think I've ever seen her sober. You can say that again, copper.
Here we go. Bump it hard. Your fist connects with his. Hard. The slam is audible. You can almost... A flash of pain, like slamming your fist against iron. He is stronger than he looks. And he looks...
And now you, Bina Claude.
The lieutenant adjusts his glasses. Then, a bond has been... Not bad.
Yeah?
He does not sound very convinced anymore.
I already told you. We fucking hanged him.
There's less gusto in his voice now.
Come on, Titus. We know you didn't hang him. He was shot. I know you're tired. So am I.
You know what? I am tired. I'm tired of you and the whore upstairs. Next time you see her, tell her, Titus said.
This is the petulant rage of some...
That lying, scamming. We're done.
Yeah.
On the floor, beer drips out of the can.
What is this quiet funeral shit? What we need is some beer.
Why do we make it 40, huh? Why do we make it 100 beers? You're not loud.
100 beers? Now we're talking. Hoppity hop over here, Captain.
The window might be closing. The more beers they get in them, the less cooperative they will be. Convince Titus he's being manipulated. You should know by now. Titus Hardy will never falter. Fat Angus, the powerful. Just remember, it's about more than Glasia. It's about these men and Martinez. They're outside in the midday sun. Ruins. The pavements are cracked and the benches peeling. Newspapers blow in the wind.
Huh?
He'll get it. Go on.
Got it. Kill you because they don't like you. All because...
Bring that up one more time, and you won't get...
The man's fists under the table are balled. You can tell from it.
Yes, I understand, Alain. That's your name, right, Alain? You'll kill us. That's what they do in the wild north.
It wasn't that. It wasn't. We didn't shoot him.
That's it. That's the weak one.
Officer, you will be next if you don't shut up.
He's onto you. He knows what you're trying. Steel yourself. Push on. Just ignore Theo. The lieutenant has put down his notebook. What? What does go for it? The lieutenant has his eyes set.
We didn't kill him. We didn't even hang him. He was dead when...
Shut up, Angus!
Fatty! Say one more thing to the cops and I'll...
Dennis, stand down, or I'll beat your head in. Theo, take your hand off the belt. This isn't... Angie, where's your goddamn inhaler?
I left it home. I can't get it.
Why are you so fucking fat, Angus? Now it's all pointless. Because of you. You wasted my time. I told you, Titus. I told you...
Lizzie, your help is no longer needed here. Go tell Evrard.
Fine. I'll tell him. After a long walk along the coast.
What just happened between the... You're in. He's all yours. Questions. The lieutenant gives a smile only you can see.
Me too.
He nods.
You hanged the corpse to cover up the real cause.
Another nod.
'Cause the girls asked us to. They were in some...
Did she kill him?
Cop, I have no idea.
He doesn't think she did. Or at least he hoped.
Glacier came down. She seemed really out of it. Drugged up, even more than usual. Bug-eyed and gurning, you know? Not in a fun way. It looked like she'd redosed after something went down. I've seen that look before. She was scared. I've done this job for 10 years. I've seen it before. It's the politician in the motel.
Good analogy, boss.
You don't get to talk yet, Shanky. You're still on the bench.
That's okay with the fat man, still wheezing there.
We went upstairs. Sure as day the merc was dead. There was a bullet hole through the window. Tibbs patched the window. And the corpse. We hanged. Nah, he's my brother.
Right now, he's grateful he hasn't gotten his brother into this mess.
You may have noticed our girl's in some shit of her own. Yeah, she wouldn't. She's fucked if they're powerful, connected to the moral intern. She's clearly afraid for her life. Says if she...
And why would you help someone like that?
Why would I? I guess we abide all sorts of runaways and losers here. It's a Martinez thing. Not yet. Just some ideas. She says the shot came from outside, but I'm thinking Someone's past caught up with them.
Hers, you mean?
I mean the people after Klausya. Maybe the shot missed.
I like that. Been thinking the same thing myself.
My dude, one of those mercenary buddies of his could have done it. They got guns. Tell you what I'd do. Check out the coast for vantage points. Maybe consult with a ballistics buddy of mine.
He's calm now. Threw all that turmoil away and
in a manner of speak, we had help from another girl. It was her idea to hang him, and I liked it. Fella, you think too much. He's off all right.
A little too far there, but you're definitely right.
That woman is just affiliated with the Hardy Boys. You don't know her, anyway. Nope. You're not getting to her. It's Klausya you want to. You do that. Hey, cop. Before you go.
Suddenly, the wind picks up outside. You hear it rattling the large windows in the...
She, Klausya, came to Martinez to hide. Many of us did. This is where you wash up when there's nowhere left to go. The Union takes you... That's right. If we didn't take care of the people who end up here, this place would just be a...
We'll take that into account. Yes?
Привет. А знаешь, все-таки Майолс Моралес крутой.
Лучше, чем в первой части. Мне просто показалось, что играть в подряд две одинаковые игры с разными шкурками, с скинами. Может, так ради истории. Так-то игры все одни и те же. Иногда хочется играть что-нибудь
Не потому,
диаметрально
что это
противоположное.
игра, а потому что геймплей крутой.
Мне кажется, что геймплей точно такой же, раз и нет. Не как в первой части с Питером Паркером.
Something in her demeanor has changed. She's tired, consigned to her fate, to being here with you and what's to come.
I understand. I knew there was a chance you'd get them to tell you. For what it's worth, I'm sorry for...
If you knew we would find out eventually, why did...
Because of the Hardys.
Постепенно раскрывая впечатление.
Нет, добивания другие.
Out of the shit I'd gotten into.
Is she implying the Hardy Boys are the law?
I know that. But the people around here, they don't see it that way. And if I am to see...
I am not. There is more.
You're right. You answer to the coalition government. And
Саня, ты видел жесткий провал The Calypso протокол?
Если честно, нет. А что там случилось? Если не секрет.
Briefly glancing over her shoulder to the sea, a grand expanse of water reaches
призы и
over
неинтересный
the bay
сюжет.
into the horizon. Golden
Да.
gray.
Значит, ждем ремейк первого Dead Space. Жаль, что не вышло. Были большие надежды.
The Paris, the Burundi, Isola, the conference centers, the people who are angry at her past.
you share a database with them. You send people to their courts. It is. They're after me. And they have friends
Патч
in
первого
moral
дня даже не
intern.
вышел.
Some are moral intern.
Может быть.
If I show up
А там
at
же,
your records,
я понял, люди-то откололись, да?
they'll find me.
От студии, которая делала первый Dead Space. Сказали, что мы сделаем сами. Видимо, у них не получилось.
What happens if we do?
Очень жаль.
Вот я жду установить, но уже 22:28, и его все нет, и нет.
Ну, согласен, но обязательно нужно ждать патч первого дня, потому что первый день игра выходит сырая, а потом разработчики накатывают обновления, которые они накопили с тех пор, как отправили на золото диск.
Well, then I'm fucked. For nothing. This murder didn't have anything to do with...
Actually, this murder did have a little to do with her.
It's not nice, but it's not illegal. Not here in Ravishal.
What exactly did you...
Industrial espionage. I joined a business collective with the intention of betraying them. With a bigger company. The kind you really, really don't fuck with.
I need the names of the companies involved and who hired you.
The job was Lou's doing County Savings Bank. They sound small, but they're part of the Lou Scott conglomerate. That was the second job.
But she really destroyed...
As to who hired me for the job, I don't know. But they're after me too. Along with Lou Scott and their friends in the MI.
Я не понимаю, почему они ее переносили, если игра такой же сырой
You don't
осталась.
have allies. You're radioactive.
Иногда руководство не понимает текущих дел и думает, что сейчас все исправит. Переоценили свои силы. Нужен все равно некий опыт, а студия новая, молодая, только сформировалась из бывших разработчиков. Поэтому, может быть, первым по-моему. Так. Значит, женщина работала промышленным шпионажем, занималась.
Sure. I'm not a war criminal, but it was bad. A lot of people got hurt.
That can wait. Look into her eyes. There's more.
One of them killed themselves because of me. How do you deal with anything? It's all just... How do you do it? There you have it. The way of the warrior. We were there. Together. In bed, I mean. Okay. He was in a kneeling position. He had just entered me. I was on my back, looking at him. I heard the window behind me shatter, and I turned to look. There was a hole in the glass. I turned back to him. His eyes were looking through me, and his mouth was open.
A great pain moves through her.
I knew he was dead. Before he fell down on top.
You were right. He did enjoy the moment of his death.
Yes, but how?
He just had a hunch.
He was heavy. I pushed him off and he fell to the floor. There. He only had his boots on. I bit the pillow, not to scream, then ran downstairs. I waited for the second shot to come. For me.
She's forgotten about her cigarette. The butt has burned right down to her fingernails.
Oh. So am I.
What time was this? When did it happen?
11:30 to 12:15. I don't know the exact time. Around midnight.
It's okay. Were you inebriated?
Not as much as usual. He'd done a line, plus other things.
Wait. Titus said she was gurning her jaw off, much more than usual.
Oh, yeah. I did one of his lines.
Good thinking. Clear your head. You should clear your...
Did you hear or see the shooter in the...
No. Nothing. I was trapped. I was stuck in my room downstairs. I got some clothes on and he was still on the floor, slouched. I couldn't be there with him anymore. So I ran down and out of my room. And
Run, woman. Run past them and out into the streets where it's dark and people move. To the lorries at the intersection.
I already ran. I ran from an entire Isola. there is... I can't run any further. Sylvie was tending the bar. A lot of people were there. The Hardys were at the table in front of the stage. Ruby was there too. They were having such a good time. I sat down and they all welcomed me.
Ruby?
Ruby. You know, the leader.
The leader?
The Hardy Boys. Well, nominally, yes. Ruby's the one they go to when things happen, like...
This Ruby, in her phrasing, is entrusted with great power.
Would you say she is the 8th Hardy Boy?
Why not? Well, Ruby said let's talk upstairs. I showed her the room. I've known these people since December. She said she'd take care of this. It's what she does, you know, take care of things. I helped her get the body to the bathroom.
To mislead you, they were tampering with...
To produce lividity, matching and hanging?
Yes.
We completely missed the tampering. Looks like you got there in time.
Oops.
About 20, yes. Ruby explained it would make the blood... You know what he does. Ruby went outside to talk to Titus and the boys. I was just looking at Lely in the bathroom. I had to put his clothes back on. It took Ruby maybe half an hour to come back with Titus. I'd gotten him ready by then. They carried him out. I knew what they were going to do. Make it look like... Ruby said to wait here. She also said I wouldn't see her for a while. That we should lay low. I don't know. I haven't seen her since.
We will need to take this question to the...
Interesting. Why did this Ruby go through so much trouble to hide something someone else did? Look...
When he was shot? I may have.
The gunshot wasn't that loud. This is something to keep in mind when assessing the distance of the shot.
What? Why would I put myself through this? Insanity. He wouldn't have died if it weren't for me. I know that.
Rage? Who knows the dark current? All kinds of crazy things happen when... It could have been a desire murder. He was a serviceman. He must have had a gun lying around. Now, you guys suddenly have theories pouring out, when they're obviously just stabs in the dark.
I'm sad to hear that. They must have said it in some fit of frustration or...
She's getting scared now. Of you. The downstairs people. All of it.
I did not kill him to defend myself from rape. I told you... What? Fucking themselves over for no reason?
She simply shakes her head.
The work I did, they don't just send you in with no training. Corporate security is a thing. But I'm not a trained sambal fighter. What does that mean?
Do drugs make you aggressive?
No. People don't take drugs to kill. I thought you Ravishol people would be more enlightened on this. I'm sorry, officer. No. I specifically asked him not to carry firearms when he was... I don't know. His friends have rifles. Maybe those psych...
She might have been a tad disingenuous when she... Look who's waking up from 1,000 years of sleep. She pinches the filter of her cigarette hard. Then...
Like what? That's the first thing that went through my... I thought they'd found me. They've killed him to punish me, so they wouldn't be hurt. I've come to understand, however, this is paranoia. I just don't know.
We can't go after loose cap. Not yet.
I don't ask you to, Lieutenant. But there's one thing, because I'm an idiot.
Which is an idiot? She's nothing of the sort.
You have to understand, the people around here, no one was making the... He kept throwing stones at him for 3 days. I could hear the thud. Thud last week. Angus and Titus's brother.
You should have another look at that window after this. Reconstruct. Yes, you see the glass sparkling out of the corner of your eye. She nods, silently. He's thinking. Or maybe you should take her to the station for safekeeping. She lied to you, and she's a flight risk. No, that won't be necessary. Just leave her alone. Multiface, I'm beginning to doubt your judgment. Are you sure you're not sleeping on the post? You have to wake this one up with force if you want to continue pushing her. As you look back, you think, so love did do. If it weren't for her, he would not have been there. The shot would not have connected with his soft. She's silent, holding. Remember this silence. The lady is.
Yeah. I'd like to think he didn't love me. Easier that way. I don't know.
Real as anything.
Officer, it's a fine day for... Officer, it's a fine day...
But we are awake, sire. She has been forthcoming with sordid details women usually conceal. Most shocking details of the sexual kind. We are a bulwark, unbreached. Get a hold of yourself just once, will you? Try to look, so you say, but give us one example of deceit. Just one example. lady folk do not know of such. You should stop staring at her and say something. It looks like this one's not waking up. You'll have to do it without pushing her further. At least for now.
Officer, it's a fine day for questions.
We are still wide awake and staring into an archipelago of truths. Gosh, be careful. It looks like this one's...
Officer, it's a fine day for questions.
Who? What? Dear God, you've been lied to. She could have killed her lover and lied to everyone. She probably didn't give you her real name either. Why would she? Arrest her immediately before she further entangles you in her web of lies.
There may be grounds here. At least...
A little whimper. The young woman hears you. She's looking around.
What? I did. What is this? I called your desk or whatever it is. The numbers are all over town. Call 8-100. There was an older woman on the other end. It sounds...
Anyone could know that, sire, by looking around and calling the desk. I don't believe a single word she said.
What time did you make the...
Thursday night. It was late.
It checks out. I agree. You wouldn't give us your real name. No.
Okay.
Tighten it. You've got her.
Okay, it's not. You log your work every week. It's all transmitted to Commencer. I couldn't... Like I lied before. Like I did at LCSB.
She's not lying now. She really is very tired. Her metabolism is failing her. The afterglow of whatever narcotics she's been taking is wearing off.
No. It's submerged in a plastic buoy on the coast, in the reeds. It just doesn't say Clausia Amandu.
Falsified document.
Passport and visa. Given to me by my employer. I can't even use them. My employer...
Why would they do it?
I didn't show up to a rendezvous. They don't take that lightly. I didn't show up because I was afraid they'd do something to me.
She fears an arrest right here and now. This has been an awful turn of events.
West of the boardwalk, in the reeds, on the coast there. I put it there when I first arrived. Haven't been there since. I'm not sure I could even find it now. It's useless.
The lieutenant makes a note of it.
You're welcome to it. It's in the reeds northwest of here, past the Bergen sewage pipe, right near the water. It's Katarzyna Lazie.
She nods. Her round eyes meet yours. They seem moist.
I am. They can never take my sash and my scepter.
Yes, they can, for lying. She nods, her back straight, ready for whatever is next.
But I haven't done anything.
Failure to aid a police investigation. Fucking mind games. That's right, gang. Stern and merciless now. Stern and merciless as we reel her in. The lieutenant produces a pair of handcuffs.
Please no.
Fragile, unshielded.
I think I know who did it. Who shot Lely. I can tell you. I can help you.
She's silent for a second, as if looking, gearing up for this betrayal.
Ruby. She has this thing for me ever since I met her and the boys downstairs.
What she's saying is sex.
And more. I made the mistake of confiding in her. I told her when I started spending time with Lely. She told me to end it.
I don't understand. What exactly in your...
She said she's in love with me. She even asked me to run away.
And you led her on?
A little. I was flattered, you know? But then I had to let her off, and it was not easy. I came to regret being friendly with her.
This is just an...
I know what it sounds like. That's why I didn't want to tell you before. Somehow, she knew Lely was dead. She wasn't surprised at all. When we came up...
This is a familiar theory. You had it too, remember? Could it be that Ruby was covering up after herself? The lynching?
She came over one night, drunk. Said she'd turn my life into a living. And she's a pro. She must be. To keep the Hardys in line.
Some of that fear is... What are you talking about? She's afraid you'll arrest her.
You said there was a secret route there, right? She could have come up through there, then taken this shot right here, where I stand.
Then slipped back downstairs without anyone noticing.
Interesting theory. Did she know that door exists? Had you been out there?
Yes. She's been up here many times. She used to come to drink on the roof when, the people... My bed is right next to... She would have seen us.
You mean to suggest...
No. No. Why would she do that?
She's not really sure. It was right above the bed. She could have seen all sorts of things from there. Okay, arrest the liar now. Why? She told us some pretty interesting... Don't arrest her. Push her a bit more, but then let her off. That Ruby theory was solid. And she's beautiful.
Still? After all this, sir, please. It's shitty, but I don't deserve to be sent to the moral intern and ground into paste just because I did.
She's gearing up for a last stand. This is it.
You have those station calls, right? Where I have to show up at the station or I'll become a fugitive. You can write me. I know you can do that. Just let me come in on my own. In 2 months.
You do have the form.
By God, she's playing him too. Like a fiddle, sire. Who would have known?
I don't know. To spend my days with everything could change. This city, the extradition rules.
There is desperation there, in that silence.
Maybe Ravishol could be free. I could...
A free Ravishol. There is a low, distant rumble on the motor tracks. A great machine shake.
I find that hard to believe, miss.
The world can change. It's changed.
Her political overture has succeeded, we see. She looks at you in silence. Wait. If you arrest her, Kim will have to... Shut up. He's making a decision, and it's his to make.
I won't, sir.
She nods, then...
Okay.
She slowly lights another cigarette. You are. This is not the end of this.
Lies.
Yes, we demand. She slowly lights another cigarette.
Officer, it's a fine day for questions.
Nothing happens. There is a mass of drops. The sky is low and cold.
So, officer,
This window is pristine on the inside, unlike... This window is pristine on the inside, unlike the one next to it. Light from the desk lamp reflects off the glass in an untarnished golden halo. Golden light melts away into the blue, glassy darkness of your mind. In it are two neon-lit shapes, a man and a woman on the single bed. Like the witness said, the man is kneeling. The man looks directly at the woman. The shot's possible directions converge in his mouth, a ray cast from somewhere outside, entering his brain. Ending him. From the roof outside, location A prime, the glass fractures around the bullet hole. Shards face inwards like a corona behind the woman's back. The man does not know the bullet has entered his brain. He never will. Death comes faster than the ray cast from the man's mouth unravels into a fan of possible directions, all on the roof at first. The shot could have come from any of them, This is composite location A prime, most likely of the origin points. There could have been. Then the rain and slush and wind, 72%, with an antique weapon that fires military-grade ammunition. A Belmagrave rifle, for example. This is a good short distance, but not too short. The lights were on in here. Outside it was dark. It was like shooting fish in an aquarium. A well-lit aquarium. The victim opened his mouth to let the bullet in. Neither of them would have seen anything outside in the darkness. Point X would contradict the woman's testimony, rendering the entire proposition void. These figures would be wiped out, detective. None that you've found thus far, but that doesn't mean there aren't any. That's a 28%, yes. In this model, the shot could have come from a greater distance. Nothing excludes the possibility. Should we... According to your map of the district, this shot could have come from a wide angle of locations, starting with the northern edge of the abandoned boardwalk, ending with an islet B prime for boardwalk, B double prime for Land's End, and B triple prime for the islet, detective. There may be smaller points in between, but those are too fine to zoom in on. "700 meters away, the likeliest of these B positions, 20% chance. A skilled sniper could have made the shot, provided he had a safe sniper's nest. Even with the light on inside, we're talking military training. At that distance, the perpetrator would have had to take 1.2 kilometers away, the least likely of these positions. Let's say 3%. A truly skilled sniper could have done it, possibly from a tent. No, too far-fetched. 1 kilometer away, a point beyond the docks, on an islet in the bay. The fort is ruined, but the perpetrator may have found a stable spot on the beaches surrounding it, where the shot would have been a small miracle, 5% likelihood. There is an extremely narrow field of view from the bay to the window, between Rue de Saint-Ghislain 10 and 33A. The angle would have been extreme, and access to the islets is questionable.
From where, precisely? I see you have given this a lot of thought. Are those the locations you've singled out in addition to the roof? And what is the likelihood, in your opinion, that it came from a further distance? Okay, well, we should see if there is gunshot residue or sniper nests if we go down the coast. It would be the diligent thing to do. Until then, personally, I'm going with the roof version. It fits the hidden path through the whirling. A simple hypothesis.
I was just thinking, what a night.
You clearly see...
Jackpot.
The stage is all set up for your performance. You feel a little dizzy.
So, are you ready for your thing now? Let me know when I should turn on the karaoke carousel.
Immediately, a loud feedback noise startles hands. Where do you put your hand? Does someone feel like throwing up? I do. a little.
I can see that.
The stage is all you feel a little.
So, are you ready for your thing now? Let me know when I should turn on the karaoke carousel.
The air is thick with someone dims the lights as the music starts. Okay, here we go.
I would often go there, to the tiny church there, the smallest church in San, though it once was larger. How the realm may rest there. Down through the mist there, toward the Seven Sisters, toward those pale cliffs there. I would often stay there, in that tiny yard there. I have been so glad here, looking forward to the past here. But now, you are all alone. None of this matters. No, none of this matters at all.
A lazy applause fills the room. You feel your hands shake as awareness of your body returns to you.
Yes, well, I'm just doing my job. But, are you done now? Can I unplug the microphone? I'd like to unplug the microphone. Ah, smallest church in Saint-Saëns, right? Cool. Now, what can I do for you? Got the 20 real? Then why are you wasting my time? And another thing. Yes? Do I have a shake?
He sounds...
Am I wearing... Am I...
Because he's not a...
Because I'm...
What you play it calm.
Like what?
It's you again. What is it? Why? You're cuckoo, cop. I'm the only man responsible.
How many times must I tell you?
Yeah, fuck off!
Sounds like you're making her. Ruby's one of us. We're not gonna throw her on.
And fuck you too,
Ruby is missing. If you hide from the police in a murder investigation, you become a suspect.
That's nothing. That's just legalese. You don't even have a
I think we'll keep sticking around, Titus. You'll be surprised at how quickly a theory presents itself if you keep looking.
Nothing is happening. Sorry, you're not coming up with anything. Again, the pieces are there. She could have done it, somehow.
It's you again. What is it? Why? You're cuckoo, cop.
How many?
Yeah, fuck off!
Sounds like you're Ruby's one.
And fuck...
Ruby is me.
That's nothing.
I think we'll keep sticking around, Titus.
A sudden flash of lightning in your neocortex. The hostel cafeteria is a massive activity spike in the amygdala copicum, the part cops use to pin murders on people.
Because she was here.
He's cobbling together shit so he can put her away.
She was here all night? 11:30 to 12:15?
Yeah, with us, drinking, near the stage there.
No.
That's a lie.
All right. She took a fucking leak, okay? For one moment. Maybe went out too. She has an operation to run from.
That's probably for the best.
And just 'cause she was gone for 5 minutes doesn't mean she magically...
All right, we're in. We got Ruby unaccounted for sometime. You got his attention. Now don't ruin it by making weird claims. Remember, you can still mess this up.
How?
East Delta Pinball Arcade.
Okay, but how'd you get up?
The elevator is outside the building. It's an old dumbwaiter used for moving pinball machines up and down from the workshop. Thank you. Ruby could have gone up, shot...
That's quite the theory.
I'm on it, boss. Right when the...
It's a dumb waiter, not an industrial...
Just now. You got something else to back this route up? Or why not? You can't draw a straight line. Maybe from the coast. But like I said, I've been 72%.
Definitely lie. The truth is not credible.
Wouldn't hurt to have one of those in Bartonese. What else have you got? Garbage. It wasn't a...
It's never a sambo fighter, and it's never...
Or ghost. It's never a ghost either. Don't worry, we've got better than...
I told you not to say that. This is not a joking matter for him.
I've seen the winch. I'm not... That's one mystery down there. An architect...
He knows it's something. He's just not ready to say you knew more about Ruby.
Right. What the fuck does that got to do with Ruby?
Wow, man, can...
That'd be awesome.
All right, all right. We can get the barman to bring them down. Footprints.
The tracks were recent, but not worn down in the right foot like Ruby's. It's best to omit this pesky little polemic for now. Too confusing.
That close, huh? How for good news is, I'm still listening. I don't like it.
It opens the steel door in the kitchen.
Quit jumping to conclusions, Theo. You...
Now, the ribbon was old, faded. It had been there for 20 years at least.
Why? This doesn't...
It doesn't fit well, but it fit. Also, it has to be said, this man would make a good RCN sergeant, or maybe even lieutenant.
Firmly, but a route does...
Phase 2, murder weapon. Get a gun in her hand. If not that, then at least a shadow of a doubt, in the shape of a gun.
God damn, that's just about your favorite top.
You were warned not to bring it up. Your best shot here is to just back out of it. He's about to blow his fuse.
Okay, cop. She's got connections.
That's all you needed. Doubt.
So it had to come from a breech-loading rifle. Military grade. This goes against your everyone has...
Wait, did he say you don't have big guns?
I don't have to believe. Call.
That wasn't strong.
Yes, goddammit, I...
Just making sure we are on the same page.
Titus doesn't reply. Probably a good sign.
That looks antique. A Bell McGrave. It's inoperable.
20, maybe 30 rifles, Titus. Also broken.
God damn it. We need to close that dump down for...
That's a goddamn breech loader, too.
He sees it. This is time to really close the deal. Show them the bullet. The blonde man looks at the mushroomed...
Yeah, the bitch is jacketed.
Whoa.
Well, goddamn. It's not proof, but it's a possible murder. You have been thorough. I'll give you that.
You lost your gun?
Tell me, did you lose it before the murder? You didn't. And
stop thinking about your lost gun, damn it.
This was merely a thought exercise. He did not lose his gun. Let's move on.
I don't knock up Why don't you find your lost...
Easy now, Al.
Titus, we're not seriously considering it, are we?
Phase 3. Motive. The big one. Get this and they'll give her to you. Remember, don't piss him off. That never works.
Yeah. Like what? A thing? You mean?
Yeah, but...
Girls like girls too, Angus, sometimes. This is one of those times. She liked Glacier.
Fuck you. First he says she's...
Come on, Glenn. She likes money.
I did. I knew she didn't fuck you. Cause you're 40 and...
Ruby then threatened her and told her to...
This is some sordid shit. It's also the kind of garbage our Miss Aronier puts out to cover her own ass. That Ruby is queer as cabaret, now that I start thinking of it. And that's okay. Some are queerer than...
If that's the case, then it's not right.
There are many pieces that fit together that way, Eugene. Face it.
Nah, man. That's just Ruby. She's...
Plus, man, it's like female intuition, you know. Women talk to women. Which is sort of why we need someone on the...
Not so useful.
Fucking hell.
Betrayal is not painless. Even the doubt of it hurts.
And I suppose you have a deal.
Think about it. Why go through all that effort?
She had, like... Really, Shanks?
Time for a logics demonstration.
You're on thin...
It's a thought exercise, Titus. Think. You...
Alone.
If she used us... But she didn't. This is fucking stupid, Titus. This and the...
Glenn, I thought the same thing.
Oh, so he didn't rule her out completely. And she's skipped town. This is good.
There's no fucking leadership challenge.
Man, now he's just throwing shit...
Okay. We ruled out infighting.
There's a bit of truth in there for Titus to react so brashly. He does not like his authority questioned.
You had expressed, on occasion, your...
Whack someone in my district?
It's the kind of chin-rubbing men, often leaders, do. Silence. The old man, a very small nod. And this is the only option he can...
Yeah, I see it. There's one more thing I've been wondering about. Ever since you... I don't know where she went. She was afraid I would tell you.
She knew there's evidence on her, and she knew we'd find it. This...
Perhaps. Ask her if you find her. It won't be easy, though. She made sure of that. Friday afternoon, when you first arrived, I got word the RCM was in... I told you. You. No, you, as in the cop.
And a hole in his heart. That first.
Why not? You suck on that gun like someone tore you a brand new asshole. Yeah, that's real. You know, when I first saw you limp in here, she said you have a funny taste in clothes until you have something on her. She said she's heard of you from Jim.
Fucking hell.
Open Angus up like a can? Yes, he did.
It's not an actual question. Silence. He nods.
You are insisting.
Yeah, there was something else. She wouldn't tell me, though.
Scared. You should be too. Everard's file on you seemed thin on info. She must know from somewhere else. From Jamrock.
No. Her and Everard. They don't talk. They've never met. She's not far. We know that much.
Good fucking luck, man.
Yeah, Al.
She's not really,
She's not, Glenn. A little.
Where have you looked?
More precisely, on the coast, past the waterlock. Sure, there's some shit houses there. A cinder block. I hear they have a shack where junkies...
We will start there. One more question.
Boyish. Hair's red. Dyed. She looks like a Lowry man. The what now?
She said she's building a...
What?
We were talking about radio equipment. She said she's doing
This guy barely understands what he's...
There you have it.
It feels like you'll get to know. Soon enough.
It'll have to.
His grip is firm and reassuring, like holding a piece of unpolished granite. Not just granite, tightly packed RCM Sergeant material.
When are you gonna get it through your dumb head? I already am.
And he still isn't. People aren't afraid of good...